Welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show live stream. I'm getting a little sip in. I had a member request for me to do this live stream today of one of my videos. And what I'm going to talk about today is about the drug habits that we have among our black women. And the reason why I want to do this, because a lot of ladies and gentlemen believe that a woman will leave you simply because of hypergamy. It goes beyond hypergamy. You could be the type of man that does everything for the woman. You could be just perfect. She will still leave you if she has a drug habit. A drug habit. A lot of women today, especially younger black women, in my most humble opinion, they are on Percocets, they are on Molly, they are on cocaine. I told one of my videos that I actually met a few years back a 14 or 15-year-old crackhead, a female. Now, we are old enough to know what crack can do to a body. But unfortunately, a lot of these women that you see that are going on these girls trips, a lot of these women that you see that's out in the streets talking about we outside, holding up bottles, talking about demon time, those are the main ones who are sniffing powder, soft white, smoking sherm, all that stuff. So what I'm going to do is pull up some of these clips and I'm going to break it down because I've had experiences with this as well. So let me go ahead and do this for you right quick. Give me a moment to pull it up. And we're going to break all of this down right quick because I think we need to hear this because for some reason the manosphere tends to leave that out. It's not always because of money that a woman will leave you. It isn't always because of boredom that a woman will leave you. If some of these women have secret habits, secret drug habits, they will leave you for that. Now, let's get to that. Let me pull this up right quick so I can break it down for you, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on one second. These allergies kicking my butt. 1 second, I'm trying to pull it up for you so we can break it down all together now. There we go.
Okay, we're going to break it down for you guys. Men, you want to come out here to California and get yourself a California girl drug edition. Okay. Off top, about 85% of girls in California are on some type of drug. I would give it to more than 40% on multiple drugs. Okay, that's how they live out here.
That's true. Now, he's talking about where he's from in the Bay Area in California, but where I'm at in Houston, Texas, I see it all the time. Women are on multiple drugs, multiple ecstasy, Percocets, Molly, cocaine. I'm talking about meth. I met a woman one time. She was a middle-aged woman. I said this before. She was fine, had hips, a small waist, big breasts, cute face. Took her to the projects, the PJs, and she had to go get some meth, like an ounce, like a gram, whatever it was. That little bit, cost $50. And it looked like you get some soap and you shave it, little shavings of a soap, but it's completely clear. See, the reason why that's interesting to me, because when I grew up, I'm 46 now, the drugs that girls are doing, the drugs that young women are doing right now used to be considered to be white people drugs. And this is not knocking white people, okay? But the way I grew up, there was certain type of drugs that was normally associated with a certain ethnic group. Like, you got weed that's for black folks, whatever, and for everybody. But you'll find more people doing that than they do what we used to call amp. It's called sherm now. It's called wet. It's called water. And all that is embalming fluid. And like, I used to sell that. That's one of the things I used to do when I was younger and I was stupid. I was in them streets doing what I was doing. And all you do, you take a cigarette. Now they do it differently, but they used to take a Benson and Hedges cigarette and get a vanilla abstract bottle. You pour that stuff out. You put the water in there, which is the embalming fluid. They'll take the cigarette and they will dunk it. You don't dunk it all the way in there. If you had a cigarette, let me see, like my cigar right here. We say this is a cigarette, right? When you dunk it into the embalming fluid that's inside of that thing, you don't dunk it all the way up here. They will only dunk it from here to here, like about that much of my cigarette, right? And when you dunk it, they take it out and then they suck on it. They suck on it to pull the embalming fluid up the cigarette. So it goes from here to maybe halfway up the cigarette. I'm using my cigar as an example. And they will smoke that. They start to seeing shit, start tripping and get real freaky. I'll talk more about that in a minute. Let's keep going.
That's what they live off of. So if you take a girl out and you come in, say, from the Midwest or something like that, and you really don't understand what's going on out here, so you take yourself a girl out, and normally, like, you guys would be on the same level, looks wise and everything. You're like, okay, back in my hometown, a girl like this should be a breeze for me. Why out here so much of a problem? Chances are you don't have what you want. It has nothing to do with money. Okay. I've ran into pretty girls, bad bitches, whatever the hell they want to call themselves. They always got some one guy that's hanging around there that they always go back to. And you can look at this guy and you can tell, like, physically ain't nothing happening. But then you start to look around him and find out he's got other things going on. And a lot of times it's not even about money. Like I said, it has nothing to do with money. These women, they deal with men on association of who gets high with what. So
exactly. I want to say that, gentlemen, a lot of people have been misleading you. And I'm not knocking content creators. I'm not knocking dating coaches, but a lot of them they're not street dudes, man. A lot of these dudes have never been locked up, and I'm not bragging about what I've done, but I've been locked up several times. I've been locked up I've been extradited from one state to another, and I'm not bragging about that. But the thing is, when you in them streets, you know what I'm saying is true. If you ever come from the streets, you know what I'm saying is true. You don't have to have a lot of money to bang a bad chick if she has a habit. You don't have to give her no home-cooked meals. You don't have to spend no money. All you got to do is have some powder, have weed. What you think? They always talk about the weed man. They always say that the woman always sleep with her weed man because he has what she wants. She don't have to pay. He'll give her some weed just so that she can suck on him, lick his sack, eat his booty, and she'll do that and still come deal with you. She can genuinely care for you, genuinely love you damn near, but she can't get right because she got that habit and she needs help for it. Some of these women do not want to get help for that because they love the euphoria of it. And some of these drugs will kill you, man. These pills, is based on morphine based. You got heroin based pills. Some of y'all call them dolphins or whatever like that. I don't know what you call them where you're at. But these pills, you can take that pill one time and die. I've seen it. I know about it. You could take one pill, first time experimenting with this, but women today are encouraging this. It's not just the hip hop music. It has a lot to do with it. But most women that I've seen now, they are encouraging other women to try pills, to try this, to try that. Now, let me go ahead and put some of y'all on the screen right quick. 1 second, y'all. Give me a moment. Mr. Lawrence in the house. What's up now? Mona in the house. What's going on now? Oh, it's Mona again. What's up now? How you doing? Let's see. Busybody. What's up, Busybody? How you doing today, man? Oh, a woman? I'm assuming Busy Bobby. Oh, man, I'm sorry. I apologize for that. All right. Let's see what we got here. This is why black men can't find good wives here. These women are for the drug dealers in the streets. That's right. A lot of them are. So I'm trying to open y'all minds up to a different possibility, because y'all always think that it's because maybe the diggling ain't too good. She got somebody that can hit the coochie better than you, or she got somebody that spends more money on you. In some cases, this may be true. But I went through this in my own lifetime where I had a beautiful yellow bone woman, but I didn't know that she had a drug habit. You see, when they have powder, they'll sneak and do that. They bring into your house, man, them Xanax pills, them handlebars. They'll bring them in the house. You won't even know it. See, when you do pills, for some of you who don't know, you can't smell pills unless you got a big bag of that. But when you take a pill, you can't smell it. But anything that can be burned, like crack, like weed, or, anything like that, you can smell it. What you have to do with people who own certain types of pills, watch their behavior. Most people that I've been around who do pills, they're zombies. Or they get so tired, they're always tired, and they slept real good the night before. They just want to be in one spot. Sometimes their words are slurred. They can barely keep their eyes open. That could be an indication that the woman that you're dealing with, ladies and gentlemen, is actually on pills. And they got so many different drugs now, it's hard for me to keep up with them. Okay, let's get back to the subject matter right quick.
All because you drank or you smoke weed. Okay, you smoke weed, but you don't know that she does crystal on the side. You don't know that she snorts coke on the side. You know what I'm saying? So she will go out and she will seek men to do those particular kind of drugs with. So understand, these are the dynamics we got now. Like I know you guys up here.
Exactly. Some of you don't know that you're drinking with her, you smoking your reefer with her, your kush with her, your dro with her, everything that you smoking, you think, okay, she's smoking this AK-47. You know what I'm saying? She's smoking this blue haze. She's smoking this lemon tide. She smoke, we good. We getting high all the time on that level. But she'll never tell you that she does coke. She won't tell you that she smoked Primo, which is weed that is laced. You have a blunt, you put a little cocaine in it. You know what I mean? Now, this is a very adult live stream today. So I'm hoping I'm helping some of y'all out there to understand what's going on. But she may smoke a little bit of that. She won't tell you that. But what she will do, and it hasn't failed yet, if she smoke any of those things I just told you, Primo, Sherm, do powder, and she got a supplier, I promise you she's sucking them up and having sex with him. I promise you, man. Because she ain't always going to have money for that habit. It's easier to open your legs than it is your purse or your wallet. I'm telling you, from what I know, and from being in the streets, from selling the wrong type of substances to other people, and from my homies who used to sell that stuff, I done seen women get trains ran on them, one at a time, by 4 different dudes, 5 different dudes, hitting this woman who was in a relationship with a man. I've seen women who was engaged to men. I don't want to say all the stories, but I seen women who was engaged to get married just do things with other men because they had what she wanted. Had nothing to do with money, had nothing to do with swag, had nothing to do with hypergamy. Because I don't know why we always, it's real. Hypergamy is real. But that is not the only reason why a woman would step out on you. If she runs, I'm gonna tell you what I know. If she runs around with a whole bunch of homegirls, and her homegirls do any type of drugs, she doing it too. I'm not saying that she's around them every now and then. I'm saying that she got 4 or 5 homegirls and they popping pills, they smoking weed, they doing this, they doing that. She has dabbled in that, she's doing it, or she's curious enough to try it. You better listen to me. God can save you a whole lot of heartache and pain, because this is real life. This is street shit that I'm telling you. A lot of you don't know. And a lot of these people get on this damn YouTube and act like they from that shit. They ain't got no jail records. They ain't never gangbanged. They ain't never sold drugs. They don't know anything like that. I have. And I'm not saying it to brag. So I'm telling you, life lived experiences. What I've seen, what I've heard, and what I've been around. I done seen people in the trap house. For you don't know what trap house is, if you live underneath a rock. A trap house is basically the dope house where you cook up your stuff. You can sell weed there, different types of drugs, heroin. I've been around when they had heroin in there. And you whipping up the cocaine, making it to crack. I done seen women who had good jobs. Now I'm gonna blow your mind. I seen women that was policemen, come to the trap house, get high, mess with one of the drug dealers, and go, and still on duty. You don't gotta believe me. I'm telling you what I know.
You guys are arguing over relationship stuff like this stuff doesn't exist. Man, about 80% of the women that are out here in the Bay Area are hooked on some type of drug. Okay. The other ones, they're going in and out of these, these psychiatric hospitals and stuff like that, and their own prednisone or their own all this other stuff that they done got from the doctors, and now that they done got hooked on that. So
let's talk about that. I'm gonna show you some women on these clips who actually went through that, but I actually known women like that myself. The doctor prescribed them something. Not everybody can handle medications the same way. Some people take that when they're supposed to use it when they're in pain, physical pain. They use it to escape emotional pain. They use it to escape stress because there's a euphoria, it's a high to come with that. You get what I'm saying? It's like people who use the needle. They'll take that stuff, man, and get addicted to that stuff. Now they run around looking for scripts, prescription drugs. Script. I don't know if they still call it that, but we call them when I was growing up. Scripts. They go get the pills. They get somebody to go get the pills for them. They buy it from them, the whole bottle sometimes. Peel off the little prescription on that thing. Put in something else. I'm just telling you how it go.
Oh, they're hooked on the pills. If it's morphine, whatever it is. A lot of times when you're not getting the reception that you want from a woman, chances are there is some deep, dark secret that you don't know anything about. And I just want to bring this about because you guys don't talk about this enough online. You guys act like it's non-existent. Trust me, because...
Okay, here's the situation now. We got 49 people in there. I need some more likes before I continue this subject. I got 35. I need y'all to get it up by another 10 before we continue this subject. If this is a show that's benefiting you right now, if you're learning something, run me them likes right quick. Send me some likes. I'm watching before I continue. Because I got a whole lot of good information I'm for the pack. Because a lot of you don't know this stuff. I know a lot of you don't know the stuff I'm telling you right quick. Because some of you never been in the streets. And that's a blessing. That's not a knock. That's a blessing. And some of you never knew what I'm telling you tonight. Get them likes up. I'm watching. Get them likes up. Get them likes up before I continue on. This is going to help a whole lot of y'all. While y'all getting the likes up, I'm going to put some of y'all on the screen. Then I'm going to check back and see if the likes up. Then I'm going to continue the show. 1 second. All right. Dolphin, that's right, Ryan James. It's that pill you're talking about. If you're the plug, you're getting it, yeah, you're getting sex effortless. It don't take a whole lot when you the plug. Candy girls, Urban Weed said, when they on that powder, no telling what they do with them. That's true. That's true. I done seen women that you thought was good girls turn to straight sluts with that, man. Always. Oh, thank you, Terminator. I appreciate that. Jimmy, he said, LOL, haha. Okay. But that's how they get freebies and discounts. True. Drug dealers like witchcraft. They give, yeah, mind-altering drugs. That's true. That's true. You telling street truth and secrets. Y'all know I'm telling you. See, y'all know I'm being real about this. Y'all know I'm keeping it real with y'all tonight, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Some of y'all can relate to it, what I'm saying, because some of y'all ain't always been the cleanest person either. Let's see. Yep. Policemen, sometimes they be corrupt. Some of them, not all of them, but some of them do. Now, let me check the likes right quick before I continue on. Let me check the likes right quick. Gotta have likes in the world. Hold on, let me look right quick. I'm trying to get to it, you know. Give me 4 more likes and I'll continue. 4 more likes. I need to get that to 50. We got 56 watching. I need 50 likes right quick before I continue with the show. Run me no 4 likes. Someone out you 56 can hit that like button. And I'll put some more of y'all on the screen. Show a brother some love. Show me some love. I believe that black men are actually the prize. I believe that as well. Get them likes up. Thank you, man, for the compliment. I'll try my best to keep up the good work. I sure do appreciate the love and the encouragement y'all be giving me, man. It lets me know to keep going. Okay. I need a few more likes. Come on, we almost there. I need 2 more likes to get that 50. 2 more likes. Run me those likes, baby. Checking. Okay, we got it. Now let's continue the show. All right, let's go ahead and continue the show. Hey, Cap, what's up, brother? Let me see. What did he say? These are also some of the main reasons why some have to usually give their kids up for adoption. That's true. I'll tell that story later. But yeah, that's true. Let's get back to the show.
It's happening. I remember back in high school, it was all about getting your dick sucked for a blunt. Now, man, the sky's the limit. Depending on what you got. You know what I'm saying?
He's telling the truth. A lot of women. I don't think, with me, I don't give a damn what you think about me. Everybody, like my uncle says, was an ex-something. You got some people that was an ex-fornicator, an ex-whoremonger, an ex-drug addict, an ex-drug dealer. So I don't really give a damn what you think about me. But I participated in those running trains on women too when I was younger. And I'm going to tell you something. A lot of the women that we ran trains on was on some type of shit. If they wasn't on some type of shit, then they had some other, emotional, mental issues. Shit wasn't right at home and shit. Come from a very disturbed home. Primary caregivers with pieces of shit. Primary caregivers with pieces of shit. Excuse me. Let me put some more of this up here. Some more good stuff. I'm gonna put a black woman you're gonna see 1,000 times on here, but there's a reason for that. I'm gonna show you that. Let's get started with her story. This is a black woman who used to do meth.
Yes, I tried meth before. There's not too many drugs that I didn't try, but as far as meth, I don't really like it. Like, I don't like the heart beating, feeling like you about to have a fucking panic attack, being up for days. Like, seeing shit out the corner of your fucking eye. Like I always was seeing mice, like the shadows of mice, and like the picking at your face and all that shit. I didn't like meth. But
now let me tell you something. For those of you who don't know, when you watch her moving back and forth, and she rocking back and forth, and she sucking on her teeth a little bit, she biting on her lip a little bit, those are mostly indications of two things. Either she's jonesing for the drugs she used to be on, or she's jonesing for the drugs she wants to go find and smoke again. Okay? Now, this is not uncommon. I've met a lot of women and men who are former drug addicts. And whenever they begin to speak about the quote unquote good old days about getting high, they move like that. They move, they start to scratch sometimes. They start, because their body is actually reliving those moments, even though they don't have that desire, but it's still a part of them. I have never met in my lifetime one woman or man. This takes Sherm. That's the only one I can really talk about on that one. I never met a person who smoked embalming fluid for years, Sherm, and stop and be normal like they were before they did. Every time I met someone who used to smoke Sherm, all like 3 or 4, 5, 6 years straight and all that stuff like that, when they get off that shit and they say, I want to change my life around. When they do that, there's always something wrong with them. They move funny. They do this shit. You think I'm joking, but I'm telling you the truth. Just keep going. I'm gonna put some of y'all on the screen in a minute. Just give me a second, please.
But it's different ways to smoke meth, I believe. This lady has showed me how to put it in a aluminum foil and light it and use a straw and do it like that. Like it seems stupid to me, but maybe because my DOC was heroin and opiates and shit like that. Like I didn't really like meth or like crack or shit like that, but I did it all. I did it all the.
Now, for those of you who don't know, DOC means drug of choice. And yes, if you ain't never seen something scary, watch a person go through a withdrawal. When people are fiending for that shit, they're a totally different person. I have some uncle. I have a uncle that come to my mind. Love him to death, but most likely he probably would die being a crackhead. He's a great person, good guy. And that's the thing. Great guy when you're not fiending for it. When you're fiending for it, then he's going to steal out your house. He's going to steal, hell, pork chops, every goddamn thing. That's how bad the addiction can be with some people. People that are addicts really are good people a lot of times. It's just that drug, not the drug when they high, they easy to get along with or whatever. Some of them are not. Cause I have a cousin, when he get charged up, mean like, get some cocaine or whatever, and you sniff it or whatever, and you get charged. You got people who get on powder and they get angry and violent. And you got something that's laid back. You know what I mean? So like, it's just a lot of experiences I've had with this, man.
Drugs I did. Like, if I didn't have no money and somebody bought the shit, I wasn't turning it down. But like I said, my DOC was heroin. But yes, I have tried meth. I didn't really like it.
Well, you're not supposed to like it. But let me get off that shit before I start cracking up and acting a fool tonight. But let me put some of y'all on the screen again. 1 second. Hey, appreciate that, man, on the likes, man. I do appreciate that, man. Real talk, y'all. It's unfortunate we are still talking about crackheads in 2023. Facts. Facts. It shouldn't be no more crackheads out the 90s, man. But they're still out there. I actually met a girl who became a crackhead because her boyfriend paid her $100 to try it. I mean, I'd have been around, man. What's up, Stanley Harry? What's going on with it? Strawberry, strawberry. That's an old rap song. It's a neighborhood, though. Who rapped that, man? Was it NWA? Let's see. Facts. No circus. Get them likes up, man. I'm trying to be kind of cool and suave with it today, y'all. Yep. Trying to put y'all on the screen so y'all can be seen a little bit. Like thugs because they always have something to get. That's right. Oh, thank you for the super sticker there, Spider Cider. I appreciate that, man. I don't know what they do, man. The first time I actually saw a woman do that, man, that blew my mind. Cause I'm used to seeing them smoke crack and cut up crack and stuff like that and cook it up and be in it. I'm used to that and seeing them smoke anything else. But when I seen that, because I'm from the country originally, that was supposed to be a different ethnic group type of drug. Not no more. Believe it or not, powder used to be that way. If you had powder was a rich man drug at one time, powder was a time you might see like mostly white folks do that. Mostly black folks were doing hard rock, that or weed or something like that. But then now they doing it all. Put y'all up there some more. That's right. Everyone came from somewhere. You have to attack the LGBTQIA agenda. The overwhelming majority are afraid to speak against it. Well, I have to say it like this because of YouTube guidelines. I cannot attack anyone, but I do get what you said. And I actually have some videos, D. Oh, yes, D. Where I do address them. It's somewhere you have to go through the videos, but I do address them. You know what I'm saying? I think I made 3 videos about that. Meth is a hell of a drug. Let's see. The need to be numb. That's deep. Now, from what is always a deeper question. That's true, man. People are numbing themselves down. Like I said before, like some of the women that we ran trains on when I was younger, man, they had, if they was on something or they had some type of issues at home or some mental problem like that, I ain't saying they were retarded. They said, none of that, man. Just like they had some serious issues going on. I'm going to be playing the same lady a lot because she got a lot of experiences. Let's go ahead and play it now. Let's get back to it, y'all.
The thing that still haunts me about my drug use right now to this day is the fact that I got high through my whole pregnancy. On previous videos, I told you guys that the doctor did prescribe me Percocets through my whole pregnancy. And yes, I did take Percocets through my whole pregnancy. And no, I'm not blaming the doctor.
People die off Percocets, but that's one of the songs, like, what is Future had? Percocet, Molly Percocet, mask on, F it, mask off, Percocet, Molly Chaser, that right there. For some reason in our community, we are celebrating keeping people dumbed down. We are celebrating drug usage. We are celebrating becoming addicted to drugs. Even one of my favorite rappers, we gonna bump in the club and we gonna 3-6 Mafia. What's that dude? Juicy J? He had a song, he said like, we're gonna do some excuse me for a second. We're going to bring her to the back of the bus and we're going to fill her nose full of that dust. 3-6 Mafia, wild on tour, whipping these niggas and fucking their heart. And this is what we're talking about. You know what I mean? We are pushing an agenda. We can't blame another race. We can't say it's the white man's fault. We can't say it's slavery fault because that's some of y'all going to say that weak ass shit. Individual choices have individual consequences, all right? And when I was selling what I was doing, when I seen people do these things, I never seen a white man in the background talking about smoke, sell this. I've never seen that. But what I have seen is black people like myself encourage me to keep doing that, or teaching me, for that matter, teaching me how to cut stuff, teaching me how to stretch out powder, teaching me how to whip it up. You're not born knowing how to whip cocaine into crack. Someone has to teach you that shit. You're not born knowing how to roll papers for marijuana. Someone has to teach you that shit. And most of you who are in my community were taught by people who look just like me. Now, whoever is from a different group of people who are watching, you probably learn from watching people in your own community. So it's all about taking taking accountability for yourselves. You understand what I'm saying? Let's keep going.
But he is partly responsible, but I'm not blaming him. I am taking accountability for the part that I played. And I'm just really happy that God has given me grace and he has given me favor, that my child is now 12 years old today and nothing's wrong with her mentally, nothing's wrong with her physically. She is performing at a 12-year-old status.
She's blessed because it doesn't always happen that way. God was really looking out for her. For those of you who believe in God, for some of you who don't believe in God, I don't know what you would call it. You have a right to your opinion. But me, I believe God. That don't happen all the time. When you're taking drugs, pills continuously while you're pregnant, your child getting high with you. That don't always happen. So she got blessed with that situation.
She's in that preteen stage. She get on my fucking nerves. But ultimately, my baby is perfect. There's nothing wrong with her. To you guys that are still struggling getting high and you're pregnant, my best advice to you is to seek help. Don't just abruptly stop, because whatever you take, your baby is taken too. And just imagine it's a little bitty baby inside of you. So when you get high, yes, the baby is getting high.
Oh,
Luckily, when I delivered my baby, it was no high pitched screams, it was no withdrawal symptoms, and the doctors knew exactly what to look for, because I've stated that I took Percocets through my whole pregnancy when I had the baby, but they didn't take my baby. The grace of God is because the doctor was prescribing it, and the doctor that delivered the baby, the doctor that prescribed it, sent me to the doctor. So to that doctor who delivered my baby. So
so the reason why you can't stop when you're pregnant, because when you go through withdrawal, the baby going through the withdrawal too. It can kill the baby. So this is how bad things got. Now, on one of these videos, the same lady is going to say I think she started getting high in her 20s. That's what I wanted to talk about earlier, is that most these girls are doing it at a young age. I'm talking about teens. I'm not talking about young adults. They're starting this shit out at 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and go on, messing up their whole lives. All right, let me put something there. Going through withdrawal. That's right. Oh, excuse me. Put some of y'all on the screen right quick. Turn the music back up. And put y'all back on the screen. 1 second. Functional drug addict. That's true. Functional drug. Now, let me talk about that. There are plenty of people still to this day who smoke crack and go to work. I've seen it. It's true. There are functional drug addicts out there. But what I'm noticing is that the younger people today, they can't function on drugs. Have you noticed anytime they get high on anything or drunk on anything, they behave like wild, unruly beasts? It's a different generation. To me, it's a weaker generation now. I'm not saying it's good to do those things, but people are just weaker now. Excuse me. Putting y'all on the screen. Hey, what up, Randy Baker 87? What's going on? Oh, yeah. Keeping it real today. My younger brother is a crack baby. Damn. Sorry to hear that. But his mother stopped. Now, whenever I go to visit him, she's a chain weed smoker and gets a whole attitude when I tell her I don't have any. What I found out in those type of situations, they don't never really stop. They're trying to find the lesser of two evils. They know crack is bad or whatever it may be. They try to get off that, but they still got to have that pink dragon that they chase, and they still got to have that high. They still got to have that euphoria. When I meet people like this, it's because they have not learned how to become emotionally intelligent, because a lot of people like that who smoke weed, they'll tell you that, man, I smoke weed to keep my nerves calm. I keep myself. And some people try to say it makes me artistic. I'm a rapper. I can create rhymes and shit. I'm going to tell you something. Marijuana got some very good benefits to it. And I would say that you don't get addicted to it, but you do get a habit with it. Because there are people who risk their jobs knowing that they have piss tests they got to take at their job and just can't stay away from weed and lose their job. If it's that serious with you, then it is an addiction. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. There are some people who can do it and function and be able to stop for months at a time. If you smoke weed and you tell yourself, I'm going to stop for 3 months, and you can't do it, then you have an addiction. I don't give a damn what the people tell you. They say, oh, it don't get you addicted. Anything that you can't walk away from is a fucking addiction. So you ain't going to get that bullshit from me. You're going to get that real shit from me. You're not going to get no pandering shit here. You ain't going to get no damn lies from me. Think about what I just said. Anything that you cannot walk away from is an addiction. Would you disagree with me? Because what is an addict? An addict is only a person that cannot walk away from a substance that they are abusing. Anytime you are smoking, I know y'all ain't gonna like this shit tonight, but here it is anyway. Anytime you smoke weed and it keeps you from functioning, thinking clearly, keep you from performing on your job the way you're supposed to perform on your job, if it keeps you from going to certain events, if it keeps you from go visiting your children, if it keeps you from moving up in life, then you got a motherfucking addiction. It's just not as bad as these other drugs. It's not a hard drug. But anything that you cannot, it's like a cigarette. Nicotine. People get addicted to nicotine. People get addicted to cigarettes. If you cannot walk away from cigarettes, you have an addiction to nicotine. I said it anyway. You have an addiction to nicotine and cigarettes. So that also applies to your weed habit. If you spend $200 or $300 on zips, which is a full bag of weed, and you can't do without it, you have a habit, which is an addiction. I ain't taking that shit back. I'm saying what I said. That's exactly what it is. Cause I know a lot of brothers and sisters walking around right now who cannot function without smoking a weed in the morning, while smoking a blunt or something in the morning. Let's keep going. I got more good stuff to show you. 1 second, please, as I pull it up on the screen.
What got me into perks actually was when I was younger, about 16, 17, 18, I got into a car accident and I got prescribed some opiates and I liked them. So from there, it was just back and forth, like back and forth. I didn't think that I was addicted, and I started also taking Tylenol PMs. It wasn't until I got...
That's something I noticed too. With people who take pills, they always seem to take Tylenol PM. I don't know what that is about, but that's what I see a lot of. I don't know, but I've seen that. Let's keep going.
Much older that I started taking perks and shit every day. But it was Vikes before perks. It was...
Irvin Reed, I got your email. At the end of this this little live stream, I will bring you on to the show. I got your email. I'll be sending you a link shortly. Just give me a little bit more time and I'll add you to the show, sir.
Before Vikes, it was Tylenol PMs. And really, for real, I believe that I just had a low self-esteem, wasn't happy in the skin that I was in, and getting high helped me feel better around people. I'm really like a silly person when I was around people. Well, come to find out, that was actually me deflecting because I was uncomfortable. I had a low self-esteem. I wasn't really...
If you have low self-esteem, you are going to continuously look for something to fill that hole in your soul. When you feel that you are lacking, you're going to have to compensate with something. You're going to have to... Most people who have low self-esteem, they either, like women especially, they eat too much. They have comfort foods, which can be an addiction too. Every time you feel sad, you got to go eat some fucking ice cream or something. But yes, to be serious, when you don't have validation at home from your primary caregivers, if they're not telling you that you're a beautiful woman or a handsome man, that you can reach for the stars, that you can be successful, then the streets going to eat your ass up because you're going to be looking for validation out there. And there ain't no validation in them streets. It's only manipulation. Yeah, baby, I tell you pretty. Yeah, you fine, baby. You got, shit, I like how you walk and shit, you know what I mean? You got a good personality, you know what I'm saying? Shit, we vibe and shit, you know what I'm saying, dog? Shit. You drink too? The fuck? All right, man. Man, no, man. Shit, really? Man, you fine as fuck, man. Let's go look off somewhere, go chill right quick, go something. Let's link up and see what we can think of, you know what I mean? So we can do what we need to do. And we fuck around. Now I'm beating the coochie up. I'm telling you how pretty you are. I'm telling you how beautiful you are, making you feel wanted, making you feel belong. You know what I'm saying? Then here I come. You ever tried this shit before? What's that? Man, it's just some powder, man. I ain't finna try that shit. You crazy fool? No, I'm telling you, man. You ain't never heard nobody just going crazy off powder and shit like that. I tell you what, just try a little bit. Just a little bit now, you know what I'm saying? You fuck with me, I fuck with you. You know by now that I'm not gonna tell you something that, you think I'm gonna tell you some shit that's gonna hurt you, some shit? What you trying to say that nigga I am? You trying to say I'm a fuck boy or some shit? No, that ain't what I'm saying. Well, shit, then what the problem is then? Why you tripping like this then? Pressuring her. Trying to put some pressure on her. All right, I'll do it, but nothing better happen to me. Girl, stop, man. Shut the fuck up and do that, man. You tripping. And she hit that shit. But you might think it's just cocaine. It could be heroin. You don't even fucking know it. Put some heroin out there. You don't really know what it is. If you're not familiar with this type of shit and you smoking, you don't know. When you put heroin, you cut it, put it right here, you put some coke right there, you don't know which one is which unless you know what I'm saying? Get you high and get you hooked on heroin. You thought it was cocaine. That's what the streets would do to you. Ain't no such thing as real validation out there in them damn streets. It's manipulation in them streets. It's the come up in the streets. It's trying to step on one person and get to the next level in them streets. That's what you're not understanding. That's why it's so important for the father and the mother both to be present in the household, and for the father and mother to hip the kids to what's going on in these streets. Stop sheltering your damn children, because soon they walk out that damn door, they're going to meet people who I was, or worse. Take it or leave it.
I didn't really feel worthy, and these drugs just helped me get out of my body, get out of my mind. But it led to addiction. A horrible, horrible fucking addiction. If you want to hear more about it, I wrote a book. Check it out. The link is in the bio.
Now, I don't want to read your damn book. I might get high reading your damn book. Hold on, let me put up a couple more people like that, y'all. Then I'm gonna go to if anybody wants to join. We can talk about a little something. I think Mr. Reed said he's gonna join today, and that's cool. Now let me show you. Before I get to, let me show you this clip. Then I'll show you the other one. Then I end it. I think Cap, are you trying to join today as well? Let me know in the comments so I know I can what I need to do there. Appreciate it.
Issues, whether it may be with alcohol, pills, powder.
Hey, sugar. Okay, Farmer 304 here. Now, baby, let me just say this. I know that this video might get a lot of motion because it seems as though that the 304 girly videos are really making its way around TikTok, but whatever.
Now, she said she's a former hoe. Former 304, if you didn't catch that before, but let's keep going.
Go watch that video in its entirety because she was talking about some real shit. But anyway, I used to be addicted to cocaine. Okay, I was a 304 for maybe between the ages of 22 to 26. And I used to cope with a lot of things, and not just that, but a lot of stuff that was going on in my life. I used to cope with all of that bullshit with cocaine. And cocaine became my best friend, my very, very best friend. I used to wear a mean dark pair of shades, honey, because I used to hate the sunlight to be on my eyes. Like, baby, yes, I used to be hot all the time. All the time. I'm talking about from sun up to sundown, baby. Getting my money too. And cocaine used to make me free. But anyway, I feel like I need to say this. A lot of people, often ask me about my 304 experience and my cocaine addiction and all of that. And I'm an open book, so let's have a discussion, baby.
Yeah, you kind of ugly too, but yeah, they need to make drugs to make you look prettier. But yeah, we're gonna end that one. I got one more to play for y'all, and then I'm gonna open up the line to everybody. I'm gonna put some of y'all on the screen right quick, and we can discuss this. We'll try to keep the conversations kind of short today, but I thought this was a very important message, and like I said, I had a person who is a member, not just a subscriber, but a member who wanted me to do this. So 1 second as I pull up that other thing. I might give you 2 more clips before I shut it down. And thank you, Stanley Harry, for the super sticker. I just put you on there. I greatly appreciate your support and y'all encouragement out there. Now, I want to show you a woman who's encouraging all the other black women to stay high all the time. Let's get it.
I just feel like everybody needs to do edibles. Like, everybody. I just feel like the world would be a better place if everybody did edibles. That's just how I feel.
And she's a fucking fool. I'm going to play it one more time so you can hear that.
I just feel like everybody needs to do edibles. Like, everybody. I just feel like the world would be a better place if everybody did edibles. That's just how I feel.
That's just how she feels. She feel like everybody should do edibles. Everybody should be walking around high as fuck. Higher than giraffe coochie. That's just how she feels. This is a young black woman. Now, if she on damn TikTok or whatever telling the world this, you know that she is surrounded by the women who do the same shit or more, or she's going to be around your daughters and trying to impress your daughters into trying drugs, gateway drugs or hard drugs, because the world would be a better place. Shit. Well, we in trouble in our community, boy. Now, let me go ahead and put one more up there before we go ahead and take these. Now, I want you to see how women look at drug dealers that we already know, but I want you to hear the dumb shit this woman for to say. Let's get it. Let me make sure I got the volume up for the stupidity. I got to make sure the stupidity is real high. Here we go.
Men be in the comments coming for me. And I ain't saying nothing wrong. This ain't no man hating or nothing like that. I'm just trying to tear apart the stereotypes that are put on women. For instance, women like bad boys. That's not true. But I will tell you, dating a drug dealer, I felt more feminine than I ever felt in my life. The best.
There you go. Did you hear the stupidity there? Now, let me correct what she said. I don't think women like bad boys either. I think dysfunctional women like toxicity. Most men, not every man that is toxic is a drug dealer. There are some women who was raised in chaos, every household has a culture. Okay, like every ethnic group has a culture, a certain way of doing things, a certain way of customs, a certain way of behaving. If you grew up in the hood and all you saw was hood people, and you saw the hierarchy in the hood, meaning that this particular guy got more respect and respected by other men, other peers, other women like that. He could be a drug dealer, he could be a dope boy, he could be a gangbanger. when you start to take that in, that puts an imprint on these women. So when they see these people, they hold them up in the highest regard. This is why some of these hood chicks cannot respect gentlemen like you. You know why? Because you come from a different world. In your world, being a clean-cut brother who bringing in, 6 figures, if not 6 figures, back it up to something realistic. A man who take care of his business, doing what he needs to do, staying out of trouble, you're lame to them type of women. You're a cornball to them type of women. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. There's something wrong with her, but it comes from her childhood, growing up like that. Now, when I did do stuff back then, I didn't treat those women in such a way so they could be feminine. You know what femininity is to them? Shutting the fuck up and doing what I tell them to do. That's what it is for those type of women. They wasn't feminine around me. They were more submissive around me. In a way, it's kind of like femininity, but it wasn't like real good femininity. They just did what I wanted them to do. That was all there was to it. If you want to be down with me, if you want to spend time with me, this is what you got to do. And I'm still like that today, but I'm on a different side of the tracks now. But the thing is, these women try to make you look stupid, make you look bad by telling you stupid shit like this right here. This is another young woman who's going to tell other young women that other men who got degrees, who are working hard, trying to be the best version of themselves, that they are corny and that drug dealers will make them feel more feminine.
Best gifts I ever had in my life. I felt the most.
Let me back it up. I want you to hear this part about the gift.
Drug dealer, I felt more feminine than I ever felt in my life. The best gifts I ever had in my life. I felt the most feminine.
So men who are not drug dealers or gangbangers or stay in the streets don't have the ability to give great gift to a woman that they care for. Do you see the delusion in this shit? I think she high right now.
With the drug dealer. The good guys, they're safe. They're going to play it safe. They know that they're good guys, and they do bare minimum. They act like, I'm a good guy, so I ain't got to do that. I ain't got to do this. I ain't got to do that. The drug dealer.
Translation: the good guy refused to be used. I ain't met one drug dealer that can be used. He got to really be in love with one to do things for her. When she say that the man who does the bare minimum, who don't get in trouble, who don't sell drugs or do drugs, does the bare minimum, what it is, he is not doing what she wants him to do. That's all that means. He's not putting her on a pedestal. That's all that shit means. Don't let her tell you that and think that's true. That's not true, gentlemen. This woman is one of them street hoes, and she gonna stay a street hoe. Now, she says she changed later on this video, but that is still in her. She still believes in that. And this is the type of woman that will still cheat on you for that type of man. I'm telling you what I know.
He gon' step for you. And when you're young, the risk is worth that reward for you. But as you age and get older, you realize you can get that excitement from doing other things like going on trips or skydiving or whatever you like to do. You realize that the risk is not worth the reward. But if we're being totally honest, drug dealers are more romantically, they know women.
In other words, the drug dealer gonna fuck the shit out of them. It don't mean that that a good guy can't do the same thing, but that's what it is. That's what she mean by romantic and shit. Hey, that's bullshit. That's some bullshit. Let me put some of y'all on the screen, because I'm about to end that, so we can go ahead and put some people on the screen. Urban Reed, I'm about to send you a link. I'm gonna send it to you now. Matter of fact, let me do that right now, brother. Hold on. Oops, wrong button. Hold on. Oh. 1 second. For to add you on here, Mr. Urban Reed. I'm going to send you the link. Okay. All right. Mr. Urban Reed, I sent you the link. Cap, are you coming on or not today, brother? Now, Urban Reed, all you got to do is click the link and you'll come on to the show. I'm going to put some of y'all on the screen until he get on. We're going to keep the conversation kind of short, though, y'all. Gonna get cold tonight where I'm at. Gonna get down to 33 degrees tonight, y'all. Putting some of y'all on the screen. Getting finesse. Excuse me. Just waiting on Mr. Reed or Derek. Yeah, something wrong with this cigar, man. I ain't have no. This is a difficult cigar today. I ain't squeeze it up enough. Yeah, this normally is a great cigar. It's Drew Estate, but for some reason it's having a hard time staying lit. I usually don't have to do it this much. Okay, someone just popped on. Let's see what this is. I don't see your face, brother. You come on here, you gotta be visible. You can't do no sound talking. We gotta see your face now. Mr. Pushback, I think that's you. You're not showing up on the screen though, man. I just see you gotta make yourself visible. Disclaimer to everybody, when you come on the show, you have to be seen. You have to be visible. Okay, I see you now. I'm going to add you to the screen, sir. One moment. Hold on there for a second. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, how you doing today or this evening?
Oh, I'm good, man. I'm just getting in.
What's good with you? What you got to say, man? Hit us with it, man. Hit us with them facts, brother.
Well, number one, man, I think first, let me say this. I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
I think you need to continue to do what you're doing. Is that echo in my background?
It might be me, brother. Let me see. Hold on.
That might be me. Can you hear me all
still,
right?
Is it still echo? Do you have your speakers on or Bluetooth on or something like that? Anything on YouTube loud or something?
Yeah, I think it was my YouTube. I'm gonna close out of YouTube.
Okay.
All right. I don't have echo now. Do I have echo on your end?
No, not at all. Salute to the dude batter, D.O. Coop. Thank you for the $20 spot, brother. All right, go ahead, sir. What you got to say, homie? I'm listening to you.
Yeah, man. First of all, I want to say thank you for the job that you're doing, for the topics that you bring up, and the way that you bring up, especially in these spaces. You're taking on a different angle than how most of these conversations are going down. One of the part of the conversation that you're hitting on is this type of a conversation, not just the as well as the spiritual aspect. There's a lot of we talk in a very secular way, and we don't talk we don't make a lot of spiritual connections, and that's something that I appreciate. That's number one. When it comes to this one here, man, I think this one hits probably closer to home than most people want to admit. You know, especially if you grew up in the '80s and '90s, we've all had that family member that's been strung out on drugs or something or the other. But I think the difference between what's going on today, modernly, is that the ones that yesterday they had it's not modesty. They respected they had a line of respectability. That makes sense.
Yes.
They knew how to keep the red light district to the red light district, and they even had a retirement goal, what we used to call becoming an L7. You know, the woman wanted to be that bottom broad to try to make it to become a square. With her.
Yeah.
You know? But they don't have that. And more importantly, it's being advertised. It's hard for me to tell my nephew or my cousins or something that this is a good one or that one's a good one. When they got so many different ways that they operate. They present to you one way, and all you got to do is pull up their Instagram. It is a totally different conversation than that. You know, pull up their DMs. So I get why guys are having a hard time trying to date or trying to find that balance. And then when you bring in this thing like the whole drug thing, it really is a problem.
Excuse me, Mr. Pushback. Let me say this right quick before you go any further. Robert, you sent me a email. I just sent you the link. So if you want to join, just click the link. You'll come on. Please continue, Mr. Pushback.
Yeah, I think I think this is a real issue that we need to really point out or point to, because we don't talk about it enough. We skirt around the topic. You know, we talk about You know, how come you don't trust your girl this, or how come you don't trust your man that, or you
Yeah.
need to do, you know, we talk about, you know, what is you a 6-figure dude and this, that, and the other. So we're not talking about real conversation.
Yeah, I
You
think
know,
honestly,
not
man,
that
like we
kind
just beating a dead horse on some of these damn topics. Like I'm not knocking no content creator shit, man, but I've seen, I think they call them Kevin Samuel clones. I love Kevin Samuels and shit like that, but I see some people, man, they talk the same shit over. There's a lot more shit out there than what you know. Most time I go to a person channel, they may talk about a woman is too fucking fat, she lose weight. You need to take a man back if he cheat on you or some shit like that. These are tired talking points. They are legitimate. They are still valid, but we need to address deeper issues in our community other than that shit, in my
Well,
opinion.
you
You know
know
what I
what,
mean?
Matt? It's not that these are bad conversations, like you say. It's like they don't want to evolve the conversation.
Thank you.
Like I'll give you an example. I'm a very much supporter of passport. Don't have a problem with that. But the numbers say that not all black men are getting a passport. So
Mm-hmm.
that gap between the 1.9 million brothers out here and the 10,000 brothers getting passports, we not filling that gap with passports. So we have to. It has to be a different solution.
And you're
You
right,
know what I'm
Mr.
saying?
Pushback, because what they're failing to see or say, everyone can't afford to travel overseas. Not everybody can do
No.
that shit. There's only a certain type of people that of higher mobility that can actually do that. So what about the gentleman, like you're saying, that can't do that at this time? Where do they go?
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's what I'm noticing too. We need to have realistic discussions about what's going on. Cause like I was talking about, most men don't know, and it's not their fault, I guess, but some men don't know that women will leave you not because of they're bored or because another man has more than them. Sometimes it's a hidden drug habit that they have. And they'll go around like we know when we grew up how the weed man could always just have sex with almost with everybody. That's just how
Mhm.
that was. So imagine if a woman's on cocaine and she's around someone who sell that soft white. You don't think she's giving that up? And that's what she does. That's her drug of choice. While she's with you. I've seen it happen. While she have a good man, and then she'll still go mess with the I guess Pookie Ray Ray Nook Nook because he can give her what she want. He ain't giving her money. He giving her drugs and dick. That's all that he
Okay.
really giving.
So let me translate our common conversation to what you just said.
Okay.
So so the drug dealer has become the real boyfriend, and the boyfriend at home has become the blue pill beta cup, when it
That's a
used to
good
be the other way
assessment.
around.
That's a good assessment. That's a good assessment of that.
So before it would be you go out there, you do your 1 2, and you can't you run that stuff back home. But now that whole reality is flip flop, and it's the same thing, and it's the same thing on the other side. Before, you didn't need to be a quote unquote 6-figure dude. You needed to be a guy that can be consistent, somebody that can be dependable, and as long as you were dependable, he was willing to make it work, give you a chance to make it. Now all of a sudden, you have to be the quote unquote drug dealer. You got to have a 6 pack. You got to have a blinky. You got to have a chopper. You know what I'm saying? Now you have to have all of this. Again, it's an inversion. It's an inversion on a lot of stuff, and it's not just this. But you just one of the few people that I recognize in this space is actually talking about.
I appreciate that. I thank you for your support and everybody else out there. You know, we got to have these real conversations. I got to put this guy up here on the screen right quick. He had me rolling. I was trying not to laugh while you were talking. This is funny to me. He messing with me. He cool though. He said Jeremy Hill is the most respectful, disrespectful gentleman I know on YouTube.
I agree with that.
I thought that was tickling. I try not to laugh, man. But I like that. That's really cool, man. Had me rolling though, but it's true though. But yeah, I think we need to
Yeah.
have more of these conversations, man. Not only about people who do drugs and stuff like that, but the motivations behind why they're doing it. Because I think a lot of times we don't have a lot of good positive role models, in my opinion, in the black community. And a lot of the people who influence other people, they are lacking in knowledge and wisdom, also in discernment. So these type of people tend to lean on something that brings them pleasure. Some, what if it's fun? You know what I'm saying? If it's fun, just go ahead and do it. Don't think through it. Just go ahead. That's why I used to hate that saying YOLO. I mean, it sounds good on the song, but when you say YOLO, you only live once. What you're saying is, I'm gonna do whatever I want and fuck the consequences. You know that's a narrative that a lot of people are believing. They live by that. You know what I mean? But
Well,
real life has
know,
real life consequences. You
it,
can't
it's
just
a,
do
it's,
what you want to do. I think we have to
it's
teach
a,
each other. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
what it is here is it's a Luciferian concept. It's
Mm.
a new version of do as thou wilt. That's that Aleister
Yep.
Crowley. That's that black, and that's where that comes from.
I like that.
So
And not
if
everybody
you
know
know,
about the Luciferian thing and Will Crawley. That's like the do what thou wilt. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
yeah,
Yeah,
do what thou
the
wilt.
Satan,
It's the whole
Church
of
of
the law.
Satan.
Yeah, that's exactly the quote.
Yeah,
And
yeah, it
that's when
sure
we
is.
start. That's what we see, and that's where it's dangerous because if you can remix it, then and put a good beat to it, then you accept it. You know what I'm saying? And okay, I'll give you a prime example. You know, the deletion of kids ain't nothing new. That's the school of Moloch. That goes back in ancient Egypt in the
Damn.
Exodus.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, throwing babies on the pit of fire.
Shit.
That's where that comes from. A lot of your quote unquote strip club and the like.
Hmm. I feel you. Have you had any run-ins with something like this yourself? Like as far as women hiding the fact that they have an addiction?
I'm sorry, hold on for a second.
Okay. One moment, y'all. He got to handle some business right quick. But yeah, he's right though. And what he said like that.
Sorry about
I'm trying to
that.
check. So go ahead. Did you hear my question though?
I didn't.
Okay. The question was, have you ever experienced that yourself as far as being around a woman who was hiding drug addiction?
Yeah, and that's the scary part. More than I think any of us. When I realized how common it was, that's
It's
what made it
common.
scary.
It's very
Because
common.
the ones you can recognize ain't the problem. That's the easy part. You know what I'm saying? It's the ones you can't recognize.
Yep.
Like you say, when you go to let's say you go to a hospital, you see a nice shorty, you think, okay, she's doing her one, two, got to go LPN, whatever, and she on some perks, or you meet meet this nice little lawyer chick, okay, she moving on up like Jordan Weezy, and yet she can do like a whole Kia Coke.
That's fact.
You know
That's
what I'm
fact.
saying?
That's true.
And they use different keywords. And each generation in each region got their own keyword. Like, you know what I'm saying? When, like, for example, when you say let's go party, I mean, okay, we go going out. But then in other circles, they say let's go party. That don't mean we going out.
Yeah, party means different things to different people. It really
Yeah,
does.
talk,
It
real
really does.
talk. Stuff be on the table like Cat Williams, like I can see you.
And it's true that the ones that you can't tell, those are the most dangerous ones too. Those are the ones that's most sneaky, most subtle ones because like they're purposely hiding it. The ones like you said before that you can recognize and shit, you know how to handle them. You know what I mean? But the ones that you don't know who are doing it, it comes out later. It always seems to come out. You know what I mean? You'll start noticing little things, but by then some men become emotionally invested with the women that they are with. They don't know that that's how she is. You know what I mean? So I've seen a lot of
Yeah,
stuff when it comes to those type of women, man. Really have.
I have a I have a certain theory. So let me think. I want to push this on you. Do you think, with the amount of bodily fluid exchange, when you sleep with one of these women and exchange those bodily fluids, is that, or does it cause a secondhand addiction to that woman? And we're not just talking toxicity.
No, I know that in the human brain, if I say the words right, there's something called dopamine and something called oxytocin. I think
Mm-hmm.
if she's on heroin and shit like that, whatever it is, you sleeping with her, that ain't going to affect you. What's going to affect you is the fact that you got oxytocin and you got dopamine. So I believe in God, so that's how I say it. But for you who don't believe in God, it's still scientific. Those chemicals are in your brain to help solidify the connection that you have with each other. So God don't put that in you for the hell of it. He put that in there so that you can continue to grow in love, so that y'all can become stronger in love. What I believe is happening there, you got one person who is emotionally attached more to the other person. So you can sleep with somebody and you like that person genuinely, you generally want to be with that person or whatnot. That would lead you to that so-called quote unquote addiction or connection to that person. So what you really is developing what they call a trauma bond. We say soul ties. That's what they say in the street. But it's really a trauma bond because you're addicted to this woman that's not good for you. So when you go through a trauma bond, the moment that you go through all this time where you mad and you're happy, you're frustrated, you're happy and stuff, that's like adrenaline rush. You get addicted to those moments. Even though the woman is a piece of shit, you know what I'm saying? You become more, when you suffer, it's gonna sound crazy, but when you suffer together, you become stronger together. She might not care about you though. But if you have a friend, for example, and he never been through anything with you, and you have one friend who has, you're going to have a stronger bond with the person who's been through the hard times with you than the person who never been through anything with you. It's the same thing with the emotional capacity when it comes to dealing with women. If you're not strong mentally, if you don't recognize that this is just sex like that and your heart is not like emotionally available, if you're available and you want this woman, then you're going to start liking that woman. She don't even got to suck your dick good. She don't even really, I'm just speaking how I speak. She don't even got to have good sex. It's just that you really care about that person. You get addicted to that person that way. I don't believe that if you get into drugs, I'm doing drugs and I hit you real good, then you're going to get addicted to me. It's inward. It's all about that person that's sleeping with that person. That's my humble opinion on that. You know, I know that if you bust nuts or have orgasm in a woman, it becomes a permanent part of her DNA, because studies have shown that they have found different men DNA in women's brain. They go through their brain matter. It become a part of their spine, all kind of bone and stuff like that. You can look that up yourself. So that can happen. But as far as emotionally becoming invested in a woman and I can't leave her alone, that's a you problem. That's not a her problem. That's more of a you problem. You know what I mean?
Well,
that's my personal
the reason why I say that, and again, it's just a theory of mine. It's just a whole theory. I think there might be something that's missing in that equation. And the reason why I say that is this: we all say, or you will hear that, like, for example, we all know like crazy women got the good. You know, something about they belong is a little bit better than others. Right? But then we also say on the other side, how, you know, men get turned out. Now, men getting turned out, it goes, you know, it's not like Olivia getting lost and turned out. It's a little bit different. You know, they say, you know, your nose get wide open. You know, that Carmen Jones. So it makes me wonder, is there something, you know, and again, it might not necessarily be physically related. It may be more spiritual, but since we're talking on that topic of drug addictions, you know, could it be a hormone or a pheromone that comes from an addict, that a non-addict involving themselves with that person also gets addicted to?
Where that person, say, like what science is proven, is just about the dopamine and the oxytocin. I know it's just a theory, what you're saying. I get that. But for a man to get pussy whipped, for a man to get his nose wide open and stuff, we say that in the country too, about nose being open and stuff like that. That's a man problem. That's a weak man. And I'm not trying to disrespect nobody, but that's a weaker type of man, because you're chasing her validation. If you ever get with a woman and then all of a sudden you put her on a pedestal, that's not even her fault. That's your fault. Because sometimes you lack knowledge, you lack teaching, and you putting somebody above you. That's that person's fault. If you get in a bad relationship, you chose to get in that relationship. If you choose to stay in a bad relationship, you're choosing every day to stay in that. That is an individual choice. Regardless of the fact of how emotionally attached you are to anybody, you're choosing to do that. She's not doing that to you. She cannot do anything to you that you do not allow. So I think a lot of times we look for scapegoats when the problem is us. It's the individual. You can't sleep with somebody, man, and get addicted to them. But that means that you could sleep with a whole lot of women, and that means that you done got addicted to almost all of them because they had some good sex and they are addict and shit. No, I don't believe in that. I believe that it's the person, that individual person who fell head over heels over a woman. That's him or her. It has nothing to do with the person that they fell in love with. It has nothing to do with the environment. that person chose to get emotionally attached to that person. They didn't have no ways of vetting that person properly. That person didn't have no boundaries. That person didn't have no way of having any parameters like that. When you become like what you're saying, like your nose wide open and, you know, chasing out pussy with whatever, that means that you didn't set no boundaries. You cannot become coochie whipped if you have boundaries in place, restrictions and temperance in place. There's no way. I mean, there's such thing as having good coochie. You can become attached to a woman, but it's you who stays in that. I don't believe in that. I've never been through that. I had some good ass coochie where I thought I might have been coochie whipped, but it would be my decision to stay with that. I don't believe in that. I believe that it comes down to that person, how that person's personality is. Some people have addictive personalities too. There's some
Yeah.
people who just have addictive personalities, but even still with addictive personalities, that's still your fault. That's not the other person you're dealing with. You're the one with the addictive personality. You get what I'm saying? So you need help with that. You know, so that's what I think. You know, that's my opinion.
Okay, I just said, you know, is this,
I can't hear you, brother. I can't hear you.
I'm sorry, can you hear me?
No, say it again.
Yeah, can you hear me? I can hear you
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, I was just, it's just, there's certain aspects to these conversations that I think just go beyond the pale. And I was just sitting here thinking about how there are just certain things that certain people do certain ways. And I get it, what you're saying. I get the chemical aspect and this, that, and the other. But I think there's an unidentified spiritual aspect.
I believe the spiritual thing as well, brother.
It connects. Wait, so let me ask you this then. What would be your advice for vetting for a young man? And when I say young man, I'm talking about like 30 and younger.
Okay. Cool. I tell you like I tell my clients, if you're gonna vet a woman, one of the first things you need to realize and what you need to ask her is about her past relationships. Why? You need to know what type of man that she used to deal with. The last two, I say three, so you definitely would know. Find out what her last two relationships were like. What type of men were they? And if you are 100, 180, completely different from those men, you are not her type. You are her second choice. She prefers those men. Find out who her baby daddy or baby daddies are. Are they street dudes or whatever they may be? Are you anything like them? If you're not, then you're her second choice. That's what she wants. These type of women would cheat on you. These type of women would leave you. You're something like in a vacation to get away from the world that she's in. She'll go back to that. She will always go back to that. The other thing I tell them, find out about their relationships with their parents. Do they have any strong men, any men in their household that they actually respect enough to worry about if I disappoint this father, my uncle, if I do this type of thing? If they don't have none of those type of men in their lives, get away from her. That means she don't respect men. She ain't gonna respect you. She won't mind disappointing you. If she has problems with her mother, if she cussing her out, they always at each other's throats. If her siblings, her sister and brother are always at each other's throats, that means that she gonna have an attitude. She gonna be chaotic. She don't know how to practice restraint. If she comes from a household where everything is solved with yelling, screaming, they don't know how to sit down and talk about situations. If they do that type of shit, that is not going to be the woman for you. That's going to be a woman who's going to be a hell raiser, who needs therapy, who needs to change. She's going to start off with you like everything's cool. It's going to always start out as something cool. It's going to be fun. You're going to be dancing in the roses and shit. But who she really is going to come out because that's who she really is. So if you're going to vet a woman, gentlemen, you need to know her relationships with her father, relationship with, do she have any men in her life growing up, not today, growing up that she respects, that she don't want to disappoint. If she don't have that, she will have no problem disrespecting you or disappointing you because she wasn't taught. She has to be taught those things. Bad behavior and toxicity is normally taught and learned behaviors. If she doesn't have any good examples before her of how to do things in a positive way, then don't expect her to be positive with you, especially when it comes to being in conflicts. She won't know how to talk to you. She'll shut down. If you write about something and she's been proven wrong, she'll just give you passive aggression behavior, which means, for example, say you're reading a book. She ain't gonna say fuck you. She'll walk around the house slamming doors and shit and making loud noise so you can't concentrate on your book. That's passive aggressive behavior. You have to find out her past. Why is past so important? Some people say my body count don't matter, my past don't matter. Yes, it do. If it doesn't, then why do we have something called a credit report? Because when you have a credit score, it tells the people that you have a habit of paying or not paying. Your past behavior is an indicator of what your future behavior would become. So if you look at her and she comes from a background of nothing but disruption and chaos and problems, that's in her. Now, people can change. Now, see, there's a difference between a good hood girl and a good girl. When we say good ghetto girls, good hood girls, that just means that she's a good ghetto girl in comparison to the other ghetto girls in that ghetto. When you have a good girl from a different ethnic group or a different community, it can be black. They're different from the good ghetto girl and the good ghetto and the good girl. It's just different. It's all about household. If she comes from a place where she didn't have any good primary caregivers, you're gonna have a struggle with her. Because women have to see as a young child. They have to see how a man functions as a husband and as a father, and how their mother react to the father, how the mother can submit herself to the authority of the head of household. If she's not learning that, then all she got, for examples, is Megan Thee Stallion, Glorilla, fucking Sexy Red, her homegirls out there. That's what she got. So that's why when you get with these type of women, they are mostly ghetto, or they really want to be with you, but they don't know how to handle you. They don't know how to handle you because they never had any good examples. So that's what I tell a lot of men like that. That's what I tell a lot of people who ask me.
What is now this is new thing that's coming about, where I guess these women are pushing back on this whole Sierra pushback, where they're living a double life, you know what I'm saying? They got a husband at home but promoting a single livelihood. Now we got this new wave coming out. I don't have a short memory, because I could swear just about a year ago we had what was it, chameleon season and soft girl era. So so are we doing is this just a new version of that, or actually a light at the end of the tunnel, starting to recognize that what's been pushed ain't viable?
Okay. To answer your thing about Sierra, it goes back to what I said earlier about finding out what type of man she had. Future is like a street dude. Okay? That's her baby daddy. That's the type she was with 50 Cent. Other dudes is kind of, except for Bow Wow, but the majority of the men she been will have a certain type of character, a certain type. Russell Wilson is the total opposite of Future and 50 Cent and these other guys, right? So because of that, she is using him. She is with him because he is the safe place. That's the man that she needs, but that's not the man that she wants. The man that she wants is the drug dealer type of dude. She don't need Future, but she wants people like Future. That's why I say you have to look at who her past relationships are. You got to see, was a last man like this, or a last man like that. If you are, again, the complete opposite of these men, and especially if she don't have children with these type of men, then you are not her first choice. You are her safe place. You are her second choice. You are not her real type. When you hear a woman say, like, I don't got no type, that all that means, when she said I don't have no preference, all that means is the men that was her type and her preference didn't work out. Every woman has a type. Every woman has a preference. Just those type of men that she's attracted to, it might not have worked out. So she want to go get the safe guy. She want to get the so-called cornball. He ain't a cornball. He's just a different type of dude. He's his own type of man. So she rather go over there because that's the safe place. That's the man that she needs, but that's not the man that she wants. If God gave them the power to snap their fingers right now and say, okay, I want to take all those good characteristic traits you see in Russell Wilson, and we're going to put it all in Future, she would do that right quick, fast, in a hurry, and make Future like Russell so she can be with Future. She still like Future. Women like that will always like those type of dudes, man. They don't never really change. Some of them can, but that's very small, man. Most women like what they like. They won't change what they like. They'll lie to you and tell you, no, baby, I need to be with you because this is what I need. They still like what they like, bro. They still like it. It never changed, man. Don't let these hoes lie to you. They gonna lie to you. They gonna tell you hitting it good and you ain't hitting it at all. They gonna tell, oh, it's the biggest, it's the best. Oh, I never nutted like this before in my life. Oh, glory. And then when you get off of her, she go text Future. Future, man, you need to come put this dick on me, cause man, and then go back to Russell. That's all it. Sierra still fucking Future. I put that on everything. She's still fucking them. I done seen too many of this shit out here in the street before. People be fucking all the time. Everybody in Houston fucking each other down there, and that's what's going on. They fucking. I'm being honest with you. They doing that. I'm being honest with you. Yeah, well, so like it goes back to what I said earlier, brother. If you are dating a woman and all her last three men are a certain type, gangbangers, drug dealers, or whatever, stick-up boys, and then here you come, you a damn altar boy and shit like that. You teach on Wednesdays, you hold mass and shit. You are not her type. She's using you for something. There's something about you that's beneficial with being with you. I'm telling you, because as soon as you turn your back, here come Future. I'm just letting you know.
So for a lot of these young guys, knowing how we're looking at our own. Is it just a smarter bet to date out?
I
Because I
think.
really don't.
Go
I
ahead. Go
mean,
ahead. I'm
because there's
sorry.
pros and cons. The reason why I say that because there's pros and cons on both sides of that. Number one,
Yes.
and at the same time, I'm just trying to be realistic because you tend to go towards what you know. So should they even risk it, knowing how they are? You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it that way, but if I know that every other chick I'm coming across in the streets is for the street, Becky down the street might not be such a bad option, or Maria across the way might not be a bad option.
I think you should go where you
you
are
know
welcome.
right, if you know what you especially if you know what you're looking for, because a lot of the young fellas that I know, they actually are more sound in what they're looking for. It's not the young men that are out here like that necessarily as much as it is the young women that are just floating about. So it's like, well, dang, I feel sorry for this generation. Like, you have to almost be willing to start things off with a ready-made family. You know what I'm saying? You can't really start a family on your own and start from scratch. And a lot of these young guys, it's like they got a hard way to go. And then when you're talking about a certain group acting a certain way, doing anything they want to do, being hot in the pants, going for future, you know what I'm saying? That it's kind of a hard sell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's where it comes down to where you have to vet the women, and if you can't, like, you should never have to settle for anything. Yeah, there's a lot of women out there that's fucked up right now. I totally agree. But there are women out there that are not fucked up. And there are actually women out there that's in their 30s that don't have any children as well. There's a lot of women out there who don't live like that. It's just that's what we see. Mostly. We see a lot of loud mouth, musty back heifers running around here trying to get their nails did. That's all we mostly see a lot of times. But there are other women out there. And to answer your question, there's nothing wrong with venturing out. I'm pro interracial relationship. If that's what you want to do it. You know what I mean?
Me too.
Even, black too. There's some black women who don't see. There's some black women, man, who cannot stand the type of women that me and you are talking about. They cannot stand the sexy reds of the world. They out there. The problem is they don't make as much noise as them. If they were to actually make more noise and let themselves be known and stop being pussies and stuff, and I hate to say it, that's how I talk, y'all. If y'all would stop being so cowardly and actually make it a thing where y'all would become united, because the hoes are united. Have you noticed that? The hoes are united. They are in unison of being a hoe. They will dress. You can't. My body. There'd be thousands of hoes just coming and united. But when it comes to like the good women of character, y'all quiet as a damn church mouse. Y'all gotta learn how to be more aggressive.
And they not in the women. And the good ones not in the church where you expect to find.
Oh no, they're not in the church. Shit. If you want to get an unfaithful hoe, go to church. The fake church. I ain't gonna say all churches, but that's where you find some of the biggest hoes. The pastor wife is a hoe. I'm just being honest with you. The pastor wife sleeping with everybody. Sometimes the pastor is sleeping with the dudes in the church too.
Right,
I'm just keeping it real. So like, you cannot look at human beings. When you go to church, you're supposed to be going there for God anyway. But the problem is they're not really using the scriptures all the time. Sometimes they say a little rinky-dink scripture. Then the rest of the sermon is their opinion and their philosophy and what you should do. And pay me some money at the end. Go ahead, brother Joe. Pass the offering over there. And then some motherfuckers lie. They say God just told me that. God just said there's what'd you say, Lord? 3,000. What? There's $12,000 in the congregation. The Lord just told me right then y'all need to dig deep to get a dig. Now, come on, man. You can't tell when you being fucking hustled. I mean, come on, man. Are you serious? Shit.
The prophet said he see 1,200. He see the number 1,200.
The Lord said, what you say, Lord? We need about $20,000 for the new jet. Okay. If you don't do it, you're going to hell. You don't pay me my damn money, you going to hell. The Lord said so.
Oh man,
but I'm telling you the truth, man. You know I'm telling you the fucking truth, right. So yeah, you don't want me to go to the church. I'll talk to you. I don't challenge you.
It's just one of these type of deals where quote unquote, we're trying to find not just a safe space to speak, but also to congregate. And then I agree with you. I think a lot of these quote unquote good women need to speak up. I've always stated this. that this war, so to speak, women is a woman's war. You know what I'm saying? This Western womanhood ideology is spreading across the globe.
Yeah.
And it's up to good women to stand up and say something. You know, and I think that's also pays into why your save yourself black man, your passport bros, and this, that, and the other is actually growing exponentially.
Let me say this, Mr. Pushback. In order for a black man to say "save yourself, black man," that mean they're running from something. It's the woman, right?
Right. Yeah. Right.
You see what I'm saying? So they are the problem. They have to, like you said, I'm agreeing with you on that. The good women have to. The problem with the good women, man, some do speak out, but when they speak out, the bad hoes, the sisterhood, or whatever, they come for them too.
But you know what else? And I think a lot of fellas have said it across the board. You know, it's hard to tell the good ones from the bad ones because y'all look alike. Because y'all carry yourself the same.
That's true too. There need to be a distinction. But
yeah, there is
no distinction. Can tell is through behavior. And majority of the time, you'll be able to tell through conversation. It's a conversation. Conversation rule the nation. You could tell, like I was talking to a woman about 2 days ago, and I had to counsel that hoe, because like, you know, I'm a bachelor with them. As soon as I talked to her, she's on the phone telling me all her financial problems. We ain't even fuck you. I never seen her in person. We talking about it. She talking about, I would love to come chill with you, man. I said, okay, that sounds good. She's like, oh man, but I'm not in the right mind space. I knew right then that motherfucker asking for money. She said like, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my problem, man. I need to get the money. I'm behind on my car note. I said, click, block, bitch, bye. And no one got me another one. That's how it is. So it's the conversation will let you know what you're dealing with. Seriously. I know it sounds funny, man, but it be real shit. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah. You'd pay the car note. The head would have cleared. Everything would have been.
Yeah, you're doing it. Because when I hear people talk, they sound stupid sometimes. When they say stupid shit, it sounds stupid. So really, when I hear their voice and they say shit like that to me, it sounds like they're like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I just know I need help. I don't know how. Can you help me? Then I hang up on them. That's how I'm weird. So I hear voice when I hear shit like that. Stupid shit. People sound stupid to me.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I ain't nothing wrong with that, man. It's just I do agree. Like these women got to stand up. There's not enough voices, and you know I don't think the battle is ours. I think we just gonna deal with the fallout of that battle. You know, like you say, more women gonna step up, and because this is something that I always kind of felt is that I don't just like women that are chameleons.
Yeah,
they're not the answer, but they are the path in the right direction. You know, because it takes them to have to say something to these other ones. You know, and even though that 1 or 2 or 10 may be faking it, if enough of them keep talking, then you're gonna get a generation behind them that's gonna believe it just like in the opposite. You know, enough of y'all kept saying how y'all wanted the future and all this other type of stuff, and you know, Percocet. You know, that same programming works in the opposite, because you know we from that generation where, you know, yeah, I know you wasn't raised like this. And I know the ones that were already pregnant with 1 or 2 kids, 13, 14, 15 years old. And then the ones that ain't raised like this, just still decided that lifestyle. You see what I'm saying? Like, well, why are you choosing to be a hoe? You know what I'm saying?
Because it's popular.
But I think, yeah.
Being a hoe is a trending thing, brother. That's why you can go to Instagram and women. I mean, I like looking at ass cheeks. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not no hypocrite. I love to see a booty shake. But I don't like to see it every day. I don't want to see a woman act like a hoe every day. So sexuality is the currency now. Women think if they can show their body and be a hoe, they can get them to the next step in life, to get them higher up. That's all that is. But it's not the truth. The younger women are being groomed by older 304s, brother.
Groomed is a good word. Groomed is a great word.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to expose more of the grooming aspect. That will be, because I notice right now in a lot of male spaces we're pointing out to the feminization of men, of our young boys, and we can easily call that out and see that out as grooming. but we really don't talk about the way these young girls are being, and a certain scene with a certain island didn't do his dirt by himself. He had a whole ass madam, running shop and business to make that work, and a certain scene with a certain island is the one that becomes the face of the franchise. But the chief operating officer that we don't hear about is this lady over here,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I don't think that gets pointed out in that network things enough. That's just me.
That's because like those good women who do all them jobs, they're boring. That's what it is. They don't find them exciting. That's just what it is. See, successful people will be boring because they are predictable, because they are routine. They have routines. In order for you to be successful, you got to have a routine. You got to be predictable. See, the thing is with women, they say they want a good man, but they don't want the boredom. In other words, they don't like healthy relationships. I have never met a woman who said when they was in a relationship with a pookie or toxic relationship that they were bored. Not one time. But I've met women who are in good, healthy relationships say that they're bored. You think about that because they love excitement. They love danger. They love to be in a car with Pookie and the police is chasing them. He said, "Oh my God, I hope they don't catch us." They like that type of shit. Most of these women today, when they say bad boys, they just like toxic relationships because majority of them come from toxic households. I promise you, if you show me a woman who says some shit like, "I can do bad by myself," that's a woman that nobody can get along with. You show me a woman who says some shit like, "I'm better off single," that's somebody that no man can get along with. But the men that she used to be with was always toxic, and she'll make those type of relationships last 5, 6, 12 years and shit. But she get in a relationship with a good man, that should be over in damn 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. You know what I'm saying? Because
So
it's
do you
what they're
think?
used to.
So do you think? What do you think is the bigger count? Um, the men choosing not to deal with these certain types, or a different type of woman being presented as a replacement.
What is the question? I heard that part, but what did you ask before that? You said like you asked me something. You said that. What
Men
was that?
choosing what will have the greater impact? Men choosing differently, simply choosing differently, or other women being selected more so. Like for
I
example,
think the men should put themselves first. So I think they should choose differently. I think the women have to fix the women. Now we can criticize the women. So my content is kind of protective. It protects men from the bullshit that I see from women doing to men. But I think the men should only focus on themselves first, getting the best position they can possibly be, and choose other women that fits them, that cooperate with them, that get on their program. We don't have time to fix broken women. Broken women have to do the work themselves. Broken women have to talk to each other to fix themselves. We don't have time for that shit. What we have to do, because time, you don't live that long, bro. Even if you make it to 60 years old, man, you know what I mean? Life is short. We don't have time trying to hold a woman hand and shit like that, tell her how to treat us and love us and all that. No, fuck that. Find you a woman. She might have to come from a different cultural background if you stay in the States, or you may have to go overseas. Find you someone that fits your agenda. That's what you do. So put yourself first. They come last. The only time they are, the only time they become a real part of your life is if they're the right type of woman for you. Oh, you are not an upgrade. I said it before. It is not our job to upgrade women. It is our job to upgrade ourselves. Women that we choose to be with us, they benefit from the upgrade. They benefit from the upgrades that we put in our own lives. When we become the better version of ourselves, I got a thing in my mouth, cough drop. When we become the better version of ourselves, the woman will automatically benefit from that. Hell, even your mother would benefit from that. Your father would benefit from that. People who closely would benefit from the fact that you are at your apex, that you are the best version of yourself. So you focus on yourself first. Don't focus on women. Women gonna come. That's gonna be a byproduct of your success. Of course, you're gonna want to fuck something. So yeah, you can fuck something. But even then, you vet even the people that you fucking. It's just what it is. You make sure you ain't fucking no crazy psycho that's gonna be throwing shit out your window and shit or burning your house down like that. It's just what it is. But you need to focus on yourself. Women have to fix themselves. Now, we got too much shit on our own plate to be worried about trying to fix women. We just talk about the things that women do to men that I see a lot of men fall for, they become simps for. I'm trying to make men who are, not everybody can be an alpha, but what I'm trying to do is make men who are betas more alpha, if that makes sense. Where they can think more for themselves, that they can realize that they don't need a woman to define them. Because there are men walking around right now who think they are not men unless they have a woman in marriage. You get what I'm saying? You are a man without a woman. You are always
You
going to be a
know,
man without a woman. When she dies, you're still going to be a man. That's when you put a woman on a pedestal when you think like that. So focus on yourself first. And if you got a woman and she can't get with your program when you focusing on yourself, she'll fall away from you. Either you're gonna kick her out, you're gonna leave her alone, she's gonna leave you alone, and then you're gonna open up space to get a new person. So you can't get a new relationship while you holding on to another relationship. You get what I'm saying? So you got to put yourself in a position where you are in a position of attraction where you can attract these things to you. You don't chase this shit. That's where people mess up at. When you chase women, you always fuck up. But when you get yourself in a good position where you got nice clothes, you got a nice crib, you got good money, you look fly, you look fresh, you're gonna attract women. A lot of these dudes, they go chase women. That's why you get ran over. That's why you get rejected. That's why you get all these STDs for chasing motherfuckers who never was interested in you in the beginning. That's why I don't cold approach women. I wait for women to show me social cues to where they show me indicators of interest, and then I know most likely I can hit that coochie that night, or I'm going to hit that coochie. When you cold approach a woman like that, that means she has no idea that you exist. That means she has no societal ties to you whatsoever, and you look lame as fuck. That's why most times she'll give you a number and nothing happens from it. That's why she'll flake on dates. That's why she won't show up. She use you for your non-sexual attention. She just using you. But meanwhile, somebody else she giving the coochie up to. That's why I don't cold approach women. I wait for social cues. But what you have to do, you got to make yourself attractive. Sometimes you're like, for example, you ain't got to buy this, but say a watch. Most men don't wear watches no more. They just use their goddamn phone. Why would I wear this sometimes? Because sometimes my watch or my necklace or whatever, or my colognes and shit, it's conversation starters. Sometimes women, understand this, men like to shoot their shot. Women, the way they shoot their shot is by positioning themselves to where you can shoot your shot. So if a woman see you, she interested in you, she'll make her way around you. If she smell good cologne on you, if she see a watch on you or something that she like, she'll say, I like that's a nice watch. Or what you wearing? On your cologne, she's giving you an opportunity to start a conversation up with her because she wants to get with you. You see what I'm saying? But men nowadays, they look busted. All they wearing some fucking Air Force One, some dusty ass jeans and a snapback. So you look like everybody else. So you have to distinguish yourself from everybody else, brother. That's how you do that. So I don't never cold approach me. I wish I would. I don't cold approach no woman. Not at all. Never.
You know, it's funny. It's funny that to piggyback off of that, 2 points. Number one, before I forget, yeah, I think young men need to really value their seed. Wrap your stuff up. We got diseases that are making a comeback that was annihilated 100 years ago because people can't strap it up right, and that's a problem, that can't be said enough. And I think that goes into knowing your value, being able to say, you know what, my seed is worth something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't think these women are as loose as we make it, as they appear, as far as locking dudes up. It's not just quote unquote Pookie and Ray Ray, that 6 feet, work out every day type of dude. No, they're being strategic. They know who they, if they weren't, it wouldn't be such a pushback with the whole divorce and alimony issue being rolled back in some of these states. Now all of a sudden, you got to confirm he's the father before they just give you that money. You know what I'm saying? So protect your seed. I think that's number one. Number two, I do agree that the one value that we do have is understanding how women make themselves a target. I think you make a great point with that. We go out, or I hear and I can see, this the cold approach, and it never sat well with me to see a homeboy like, damn, this chick is digging on you, and he like, I don't get it. It's like, dude, what are you talking about? she didn't turn down every dude in here but you.
Yeah.
And magically at the pool table, she's always bending over and making sure, looking at you to take her shot. Come on, bro. Go.
Yeah.
Go say something.
That's an indicator of interest, man. Like, A lot of men have gotten away to be able to recognize women. Women ain't that complicated that people want to make they out to be. They really ain't. No, I mean, if they're interested, they're gonna let you know. If they're interested in you, they're gonna let you know. But most of the time, it's gonna be to gestures and movements. You got some women that gonna walk up onto, hey man, I like you, man. I want to see how that thing hang. You got a few of those, but majority of the time it's not like that. Most of the time they just gonna look at you, flirt with you, give you a look of interest and desire and shit like that. But the main thing is, I want the men to put themselves in a position where they are the flyest motherfucker in the room. When you are the flyest person in that room, you gonna get you a bride, bro. You gonna get you a woman. You don't even gotta have game a lot of times. You really don't. You just gotta look the part. And right now, men have gotten away, in my opinion, that good sensual masculine energy that seduces a woman. Everybody right now will like a goddamn little bow wow or some shit up. No, you gotta put some smooth shit to it. Have some flyness to you. You know what I mean? That's what you gotta have. You gotta hold your shoulders back. Shit that your daddy should have told. Hold your shoulders back. Hold your head up. Don't be all drooped over like, hey baby, I was wondering if
what you describing, man, has been changed fundamentally. We think that, but this newer generation think that skinny jeans with your pants hanging, you got on brick clothes and like the beta outfit is like the sexy move. And then they
like
wonder why they
now,
get
Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say what you want to say. You trying to go the nice way about it, but I can hear what you saying it. These boys run around like they got on some damn leggings. Go ahead and say it, man. Go ahead and say they dress like they got some damn leggings on, like them female leggings, because that's what's going on. Painting their fingernails and shit. Just keep it real, man.
Yeah. I'm respecting your platform.
Go ahead, man. Cut loose, goddamn. I ain't worried about it.
But they dressing like bitches and wondering why they getting treated this up.
Yep.
And it's funny to me, but then on the vice versa, man, the women are acting like dudes.
Yep.
It's like when we was coming up, a woman handling a woman, as they would say, was being able to put a woman in her place by you standing your ground.
Yep.
Now that whole ideology of handling a woman. No, I gotta allow you to abuse the shit out of me for me to accept. No, I can't do that. I ain't promoting violence, but self-defense is the first law of nature. Self-preservation. So you know what I'm saying?
Like this, I don't believe in hitting women either, but you touch me, I'm gonna lay you out. And I mean, I'm just being honest with you. I'll say what it is. I don't want to hit no woman. I don't believe in hitting women. I'm completely against domestic violence. But keep your damn hands to yourself. That's just what it is. I agree with you. Men have to stand their ground with a woman. No woman wants a man to act like a woman. No woman wants a man that she can run over. There's no such thing. You got some women who try to do that shit, but she'll deal with you, but go after the alpha male that's in the streets while she's still dealing with you. There ain't no such thing as a woman who wants a man that she can lead. There's no such thing. There really ain't. There's such thing as a woman who wants a man that she can control. You get what I'm saying? She can control you, yeah. But she don't want no man that ain't gonna be able to lead her, ain't gonna stand up. See, here's the thing. Some men will deal with that because they want her. I don't want no motherfucking mustard back heifer that I gotta correct every Wednesday and tell her how to treat me. I don't want no woman like that. I don't want no woman that I gotta check every day to tell her to get in her spot. I don't want that because I got too much shit going on. All that energy I'm putting on a woman's, hey, just shut the hell up or stop talking this way, stop cussing at me, stop disrespecting me. I don't got time for none of that shit. I don't, because like you said, I value myself. I know I'm the shit. That's how I walk around. That's how all men should walk around. I know I'm the shit. You think you the prize, I'm the shit. Can't compare. You know what I mean? So I can't have no woman that gonna do that to me. I can't. I won't. I refuse. I'll fuck her sister first.
Now I don't want to see you caught up on no dog on TikTok coming out of an apartment, man.
You might did. Shit. You never know. Shit. I'm gonna come out with my chest out high. I fucked your sister. Anyway, but let's keep going, man. Yeah, y'all, you know how I talk on this show. I keep it real on this. This is how I am, man. I'm always gonna be me, y'all. So this is what it is, man. So
I really appreciate the conversation, but at the end of the day, man, the one thing I hope is that the message is spreading. I hope your channel continue to grow the way that you talking about what you're talking about. and support and everything that's out there. Hope you continue to get that support. I'm in these YouTube streets that try to lay low and stuff like that. But you know, when it needs to be a conversation, it's a good conversation to be had, and I'm always appreciative. Don't ever stop what you're doing the way you're doing it. And number two, as far as anybody out there, you know, this conversation is going beyond just these YouTube streets. You know what I'm saying? These conversations are being had in our homes with our family and this, that, and the other. Even if you don't think so, you know, the influence is there.
That's true.
You know, I can't. You know, I remember. I'll never forget. There was a good 10-year stretch where one of my rules was if you had a tramp stamp, I wasn't talking to you. It's just what it was. 'Cause I knew what that meant. Now in this newer generation, if you got one of those bull nose rings, can't do it because I know what that means. You know,
you know, it don't look good on everybody either. It don't.
It don't.
It don't. It look like some, I don't know, like a burnt spoon turned upside down, and they know it don't look right, man. I talked to a girl the other day with that shit. That shit look horrible.
Did they all talk like this when they're talking? And
Yep. They try to distract you. See, they use all that shit on their face to distract you that they ain't got no damn common sense. So you want you to focus on that damn shit. I don't know. Yeah, but
can't stand it, man.
Yeah,
You
man.
know, and it's the same, and it's the same thing, you know, like 96 to 99. If you had green contacts, but you darker than the streets, then come on, man.
They'll clown
That's
your
how-
ass. They will clown your ass, man. And it's funny you said that. I seen a woman that was blacker than a Goodyear tire with some yellow hair, man. I'm with you, man. I'm with you, bro. I'm just, y'all see it out there too. I mean, like, it don't even match them, man. They motherfucker blacker than a Goodyear tire, blacker than this goddamn microphone with some damn yellow ass hair and some blue contacts. Man. Make it make sense to me.
It'd be horrible. It'd be horrible. It's like, come on, this is what we doing,
Yeah.
you know? And that's just your hair. That's just your tax. That's just your tattoos, your nose ring. These are simple stuff.
Simple stuff.
You know, but it's out of control. But then again, like you say, you got your sexy reds out there and all that other type of stuff. I guess that's the new hotness. So it's not hot to me, but
Hell, being fat is hot
you
now.
know,
Being a fat motherfucker is hot now. That BBW shit, they got something. If you bigger than a BBW, they call it SS BBW. That SS means supersized, big, beautiful. Look it up. Supersized, big, beautiful women. That's the newest shit they got now. So being extremely obese is sexy now. Now, talking out against this means that you are fat shaming. No, because there's a lot of health issues come being that fucking big. They got, every time they get fatter, the more fatter they get, they add another letter. They got an S, and they got another S. Now they got BBW. So all that, every S represents another 60 pounds that they fat ass done put on. That's what I think, because it don't make any sense to me. Look it up. Y'all who don't know, look up SS. I think it got 3 S's for super sized, big, beautiful woman. SSBBW. Look it up on your phone. Go to Google and you'll find that shit. That's what women are calling them. And it's a black community. I haven't seen no white folks running around and saying no shit. It's some big, fat women. So fat, they jump in there and get stuck and shit. Big ass motherfuckers calling themselves that. And they want to be, got a belt that's like 50 inch in the waist. Big ass belt around that big ass belly and shit. And they want to say they sexy. Motherfucker ain't sexy. They got them damn dents in their legs and shit like that. And they got them damn C-section cuts on their stomach from having pookie babies. I don't even call them Pookie's baby. I say pookie baby, like a damn STD. Well, you women out there that run these streets, you got an STD called pookie babies. And it's contagious. Cause that's pookie baby. That's what they having, brother. Seriously, pookie baby.
you know, it's so funny, man, because back in the day, there was and I feel bad because again, the same generation from about 96 to about 2001, there was a misnomer. Mm-hmm. Now, anybody that's in the fashion and this, that, and the other, they would know, but a lot of people don't. So back in the day, plus size or regular size went up to a size 12, but you were considered quote unquote plus size beginning at size 10 because it was double digit. Yeah. Now, a plus size woman back then was a size 10 through 14. In modern parlance, we would say she's thick. Now, that whole term ain't what it is anymore. Now, all of a sudden, your thick is a size 20, 22.
It's crazy now, man. Like see, women don't understand. Men are visual, man. And like, there's some good fat people. I ain't saying no bad fat women. There's some nice fat women out there, but if you compete against a woman that's in shape, you out of there. It's just what it is. You don't want to hear that shit. That's what it is.
But
that's just what it is.
Here's the thing. And here's why I brought that up. Back then, though, the bigger woman had to have. It's not femininity. Yes. They had to have femininity.
Yeah,
they took better care of themselves. They were always cleaner. They always smelled better. They all these other attributes.
Yep, they did.
Because to make up that difference, they knew how to cook. They didn't have a problem with cooking.
They can't cook now.
They can't
cook now. All they do is fucking eating. They just eating now, brother. They can't cook shit. Like I said on one of my videos before, these motherfucking fat women, they run around all the time looking for. They always got a fish plate or a barbecue plate. And I always say that in my other videos. They go to a funeral and shit. They're the first line to get a fish plate to help bury the motherfucking people. They get 2 or 3 fish plates. It's just the truth of it, man. Like they just love to eat now. Most big women can't cook no more. They can't.
Right. There's a difference between knowing how to make macaroni and cheese and then just living off that Kraft macaroni and cheese.
That's sad, man. They can't cook, man. You know how you know a woman can't cook? I've seen these women before. When they throw everything in the oven. Everything. Like it could be pork chop, chicken and shit. They only put salt and pepper on there, cut up a little bit of onion, and they think they made a meal. They don't know how to cook. They just throw, and the reason they throw in the oven because they don't have to stand over the stove and do shit. They just lazy as fuck. So they just put it in there. Whatever I don't care if it's Captain Crunch, they're gonna put it in the goddamn oven and shit and turn it on 350 and shit. That's what they're gonna do because they can't cook. All these fat women doing is eating. Now, if you fat and you watching my show, I'm not trying to bash you. You know what I'm saying? You need to lose some goddamn weight, and you need to know how to cook.
The new weapon.
That's just what it is.
The new weapon of choice is the air fryer.
Oh shit!
That's a new weapon of choice.
Woo! They getting lazier and lazier. See, you know what? Yeah. Each pound they get, the lazier they become. Goddamn it! So, yeah.
What's that? You don't know what's that? The toast is buttered on. You just put it in the air fryer. All right, cool beans. Yeah. I guess
these
that's what we're doing.
Burn water. That's all. They don't know what they got going on.
Look, I forget her name, but that lady, she is my hero, and probably the only reason why I watch TikTok half the time. She's talking about something. Now we're so creative. And she be ragging like, "What are we doing here? Okay, we just gonna put that in the okay. Now you doing what? Oh, you gonna eat? Oh no!" It's like, and she just reviewing all these bad cooking ideas. Man,
hold on right quick, brother. Salty Balls, salute for the $5. I appreciate the $5 spot, brother. Okay, go ahead, sir. Go ahead, Mr. Pushback.
What do you say? Air fryers, air fryer.
You started stuff with the air fryer, man. I ain't bring that shit up. You did.
You know what it is, man? I know how to cook. My mama taught me how to cook. My grandmama taught me how to cook. My Uncle James taught me how to cook. You know what I'm saying? There are certain things that there are certain recipes that I don't have that only select people in our family can get.
That's honestly. I'm in the country. We got this with pitch cobblers. There's certain things that I can cook that you can't find in the goddamn store. Cause I was taught from where I'm from, my mama and them.
Right.
But you know what, brother? It says something that where the men can cook better than the women, because it used to be the other way around. It used to be the women that would, you know what I'm saying? So what is happening here? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, Salty Balls, he's back again with. He dropped the $20. I meant to type, I'm 25. Here's the rest, bro. Okay. Thanks, brother, for the rest of it, man. Thank you for the $20 spot, man. I'm so happy about it, man. Appreciate it, man. Good looking out, man. All right, go ahead, brother.
Shout out to Salty Balls and Cheesemo TV, man. Y'all be having me rolling. I like that. I'm glad y'all putting that together, man. Y'all be all over these YouTube streets supporting, black media on these streets. So that's what's up. I appreciate them fellas right over there. Especially when he be coming those sermon and scriptures he be breaking down.
Yeah, I think I seen Mr. Salty Ball. I think that's the gentleman who he be on Theo Coop Do Better podcast, I think, and he be speaking like scripturally or something like that. I think it's kind of
Yeah,
like
he
I think I
like
seen something. I
dying.
can't remember, but
He'll say
yeah,
he'll be like Zion whoredom runneth amucketh.
yeah, that's him. That's him. That's exactly him. Yeah, that's what's up.
Save
Hey,
it
Salty Balls,
thyself.
do me a favor. Talk about a big heifer right quick, and that way you be talking. Say something like the big fat woman climbeth upon the pancakes to eat the butt. Say some shit like you be saying on there, man. I want to see that shit. I'm gonna put you up there.
Thy whoredom that pursueth thee from thy youth in thy manhood, teareth down upon your towers. Build up thine walls, old man. And
Yeah,
look upon
he be sound like a black Socrates and shit. You know, he be going in with it for real. Yeah, I recognize that.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that'd be hilarious, man. But yeah, it's crazy. They don't know how to do basic stuff, man. And
there are women right now who
and
don't even wash their ass, bro. I had made a video where women don't even wash their ass no more, man. You know, they don't wash their ass, man. They don't even want to be clean no more. And a lot of men hit me up saying that the box is stinking now. That's what men contact me saying, man, I'm having bad experiences with funky ass coochie. That was unheard of back in my time. I'm glad I ain't coming across that, but that's what I'm hearing.
You had to be a dirty type of broad. Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? For it to be like, oof, you know, where you got to make the stank face. Yeah, it's common now, and pH balance is more than just washing your ass.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying? The food we eat, on top of that, you gotta eat right. And when I say eat right, eat in balance. I try to eat as kosher as possible. You know what I'm saying? But that's my choice. But also at the same time, you know, don't tell me that you allergic to apples or oranges or citrus, but yet you want to drink some peach crown royal.
Yeah, or some Four Loko or some shit like that. Like all of a sudden you got class and shit. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. They some hypocrites now, man. I don't let them. I can't deal with them, brother. I can't deal with them, man. I don't deal with them. I'm very selective who I deal with, man. It's just how it is, man. Because they'll stress you out, brother. They'll stress you out.
You gotta be. You gotta be. If you don't, you're gonna get caught up in something stupid.
Yep.
Or worse. I mean, look. My new personal rule is: she can't bake a pie. She probably not.
That's not bad.
I know
hey, that's true. That's not too far from true. She got to know how to cook.
Because if you can bake a pie, you can get your way around the kitchen in some shape, fashion, or form.
Yeah. These women don't know how to cook pies. For dessert, they bring you some damn Doritos and cheese dip or some shit and think that's dessert. But they can't cook no goddamn pie or cake. Back then, women could do all that shit. They run circles around you in a circle, man. They really could back then, but they can't now. But
remember the movie
thank
Life?
You for your time, sir. Go ahead. I'm about to end this. Go ahead. Say it again.
He risked it all. Remember that movie Life? He risked it all to get that pie.
Yes, sir.
But I appreciate
I'm about to end this show
man.
tonight, gentlemen. And I'm glad you came on, Mr. Pushback. And I gotta put this on the screen too. Oh, there you go. He put it up there. That's how he wrote. Thank you, Mr. Salty Balls. Look at this. I can't even say it. I may fuck it up.
Dying she heathen is a disciple of narcissist. So much so, she believeth that all.
Sorry. Go ahead.
She believeth that all of thy dominion revolveth around her. The source of her gravity of attraction is not due to the heart, but thine massive corpulence of gravity.
Shit, that dude can cuss you out without cussing you out, bro. That's the type of dude that can cuss you out without using profanity, man. You won't even know you got cussed out or disrespected. You got to go get a damn thesaurus to find out if he called you a hoe. Wait a minute. Did you just call me a hoe?
Right. You walked away 2 hours later like, damn, am I insulted?
Yeah, you don't even know. You confused as hell and shit. Then you go back and get you another fish plate. I don't know what the fuck it is, a fat bitch. Well, anyway, I enjoyed my time talking to you, man. I'm about to get you on out of here, and maybe next Sunday I'll come back with something else, man. And I'll talk to you later.
All right, man. Salute to you. Salute to everybody in the chat. Have a good one.
All right, y'all take it easy. All right. That was a very cool episode today on the Jeremy Hill Show. So yeah, I hope y'all got something from this show today about the drug habit thing, all jokes aside and shit. So anyway, y'all have a good one, and I'll talk to y'all another time. Y'all be easy now, you hear?